Hi, my name is Mayhemstar, and welcome to Good Idea, the kind of prequel to Good Job. So I just opened up the game and it dropped me right in. A young woman wakes up. Olivia? Where am I? Oh, there's a sign next to the door. To leave the room, feed the box an item. It will give you something in return. The woman rubs her chin as she's thinking. Sounds easy enough. I only need a small object, right? Yeah, sure, why don't you fit yourself in there? Okay, no, we can't. We have to put something in there that's in our inventory. The woman takes the stuffed animal in both hands and holds it high. Oh, this is so adorable. Have you not seen this before? Are you in like a new room? How cute. I love things like this. It's so soft and plushy. She sits down on the bed and cuddles it. Her gaze sweeps over the box. She looks between Sid box and the stuffed animal in her hands. Oh well, I would have loved to spend some more time with it, but it would probably be better if I used it to get out of this room. It'd be nice if I could get out of here. Obtain stuffed animal. It reminds me of that one stuffed animal from Konosuba. Not stuffed animal, that one cat from Konosuba. I can't remember what it's called. It's Megaman owns it, so to speak. The woman looks curiously at the cup. This cup, it seems rather familiar. I think this cup actually belongs to me. The woman snaps with her fingers. That's right, it was a birthday present from someone important. But, just who was that person? No matter how much I think about it, I can only remember the blurred face of a dark-haired woman. The woman sighs as she takes hold of the cup. Still, it would fit nicely into that box. Maybe I'll have better chances of getting out of here if I offered a more personal item. Obtain the cup. Why don't we just stuff everything we possibly can into this one box and see what happens? The woman takes the scissors in her hand. These scissors perfectly fit into that box. I think they're a good choice. Though I should handle them with care. I wouldn't want to get stabbed by accident. Ha, nudge nudge, that's a... you got sliced with them in the future? Question mark? That chair looks so comfortable. To sit in a chair like that and work, that would be so lovely. Are you a floozy? You might be. That chair looks so comfortable. Okay, yeah, okay. No, I just want to see what's on the table. There is nothing of interest on this table. How about this radio? An old school radio. But no matter what buttons I press, the song won't change. So you can't take anything from there. So many books. Sadly, I don't really have the time to read through all of them. How about here? Same thing. Let's check the door. No matter how hard I try, the door won't budge. I wonder what's on the other side of the door. Sure. This plant. I thought this was a real plant, but looking more closely, it's a fake plant. Why don't you lick it and you'll find out pretty quick. It's so interesting to see how humans can produce things like this. A perfect imitation of nature. Some yes, some no. Some are cheaper, some are more expensive. The more expensive ones definitely look like plants. The cheaper ones are just plastic. And it sucks. And it just gathers dust. And it's really weird. I hate it more than real plants. Anyway. I wonder what's in this closet. Oh, there's a pullover in here. Wear it. It's so soft to the touch. How nice. But it's a bit too big for the box though. And it's too warm to wear right now. Too warm. I suppose it's best to leave it here. Okay. What about the sign? To leave the room, feed the box an item, it'll give you something in return. Okay. Oh, here we go. Looking a bit closer, there's something small written below. Beware, there's a certain chance that the transformation may fail. In that case, XXX, XXXXX, and quadruple X. What's that supposed to mean? It means death. That's what it means. Alright, so we have 3 things with this. Is there anything else we can possibly pick up? Oh, did I just put something in there? What did I press? Alright, it's in there, so now what? Before the woman can finish the sentence, the box before her makes strange noises and starts jumping up and down. After a few seconds, the noise and movement die down. The woman stares down in disbelief. What was that? There was nothing in there. Or it's a massive black hole, at the very bottom of it is like, I don't know, whatever memories you need. Or your soul, or your heart. Does that mean that the item inside changed? I suppose I should at least check. Put your head in there, do it. The young woman goes ahead and opens the box. To her dismay, something seems to have gone wrong. The box explodes, and with that, the body of the woman evaporated. Dead end 1, explosion. Start again. Yes. Wake up. Was it the cat that we put in there? Let me check that one more time, because if it does explode, it might be a Konosuba reference. Let me see. Inside is a very soft pillow. We put the cat, stuffed toy cat, into the box. Out came a very soft pillow. How is the pillow supposed to help me out? I don't know, maybe put it on the bed, go to sleep, never wake up? Did this box work correctly? The woman slaps against the box, in the hopes of getting something else out of it. But even she realizes that it is fruitless. She pulls out the pillow and inspects it. It doesn't seem like there's anything inside this pillow. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with it. Smother yourself. Smother someone else with it, I don't know. Maybe it's a sign that I should take a nap. I made that conclusion, you made that conclusion, which means if we both have the same idea, you should do it. Well, if this is the will of the world, I shouldn't go against it. Hey, look at that. So all our other options disappeared. The scissors disappeared. Whatever was on the other side of that shelf with the plant also disappeared. Can't quite remember what was the other thing, but anyway. The woman throws the pillow on the bed and jumps on it. Good night. Night night. Just as she closes her eyes, the ceiling above her cracks and collapses. She has no time to evade the falling debris and is crushed by the huge piece falling down. Dead end 4 cracks in the ceiling. Alright, how many dead ends are there? Scissors this time. That chair looks very comfortable, I'm sure it does. Would you like to pick up the scissors instead? Take the scissors, good. Wouldn't want to get stabbed by them on accident. No, you wouldn't. Scissors, in they go. Alright, it's in there, so now what? Before the woman can finish the sentence, so on and so forth. Few seconds, movement stops. What was that? I don't know, I ask you. Insides have changed? Question mark? Stick your head in. Yes, please do. The woman goes ahead and opens the box. Inside she can see a long stick. What's that? I can't make it out at all. She starts pulling said stick. To her surprise, and not following the laws of physics at all, she is able to pull out a small axe. What? With the most number of question marks I've seen in a very long time. Oh come on, that shouldn't be possible. How did that axe even fit in there? Well, I suppose I shouldn't overthink it if it helps me. I don't care as long as I get out. Okay, I don't want to hear about the radio, I want to smash this thing. The woman takes her axe and swings it. To her dismay, the material of the door seems to be rather soft and gummy-like. Before she can even register what's happening, the axe bounces back and splits her head open. Dead end 2, double-sided axe. Did it specifically say it was a double-sided axe? I should have checked my inventory. The woman looks curiously at the cup. Yes, looks familiar. Sure it does. Does it belong to you? Probably, maybe. We saw it in the previous game, quote-unquote the future. So, grab it. Take it, and offer it to the demon in the box. Alright, it's in there. Now what? I don't know. Box jumps, movement stops. What's in there? Stick your head in. Or put your foot in first, I don't know. Whichever you prefer to get bitten off first. Inside the box lies a black key. So I was right. If you offer something valuable, you get something valuable in return. Just how doing good things rewards you with experiencing even better things. Sure. The woman opens the door with the key. She takes a look outside. It's all so dark I can't see a thing. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'll even walk through a dark hallway if that means freedom. Full of confidence, the young woman takes her first step into the darkness and falls into the abyss. And starts falling into the nothingness. Bing bada boom, I win the lottery. Falling and falling, with no landing in sight. Did in 3, free fall. Start again, yes. A young woman is staring at a monitor and harshly types commands into her keyboard. It's useless. So useless. This stupid AI won't do what I want. Frustrated, she takes a sip out of her cup and lets out a deep sigh. Olivia, take a break. A co-worker puts a hand on her shoulder. Olivia looks up from the screen. Jovi, nothing is working. I tried everything I could, but this version of Key wasn't even able to gain consciousness. Olivia slaps her hands on her face and groans. Key version 56 was a failure too. How am I supposed to digitalize my consciousness if none of the AIs we're working on meet the criteria? How about you take a break from working on this? Maybe that's why you're not reaching a satisfying result. How would I be able to reach immortality if I'd slack off like that? Actually, I have to try even harder for my ideal form of love. Jovi clears her throat. Jovi clears her throat maybe as a way to escape Olivia's fierce gaze. Since you mentioned love, Miss Ellen was looking for you. I think she was complaining because you didn't answer her messages. Olivia freezes in her seat before hectically grabbing her cell phone. Her eyes quickly scan over the screen. Promptly, Olivia stands up. What is it? Did you finally lose your mind? Probably, I mean. She's in search of immortality in the form of transferring a consciousness into a AI. You know who that sounds like? Halo, Cortana, and Dr. Halsey? Dr. Halsey. Dr. Halsey takes a bit of a brain, consciousness, or even a tissue sample, and makes Cortana with it. So, you know, everyone's a little bit crazy. Haha, it's the opposite actually. Ellen asked me out on a lovely date. She quickly starts packing her stuff in a bag before looking at a coworker. You know, you're completely right, Jovi. I should take a break. So if you'll excuse me, I need to get ready. Olivia practically skips out of the room while humming a tune. Her coworker just shakes her head before leaving the room as well. However, in her haste, Olivia did not turn off any of her equipment. Oh. Oh, you poor thing. You're alive and you're still functioning even without the box. Good on you. Well done. A table. A bookshelf. Ah, your key 56. Can't define the carpet? A bit. Yeah, it's just a bit. I don't want to look inside. That's a cupboard. A plant. That's a plastic plant to you. A radio. A note. What's this? It's a door. The door isn't actually closed. Key 56 opens the door, only to stand face to face with an unknown entity. She's finally gone. Dear, I'm so happy we could finally meet. Huh? Who are you? You may call me Key 55. I am your predecessor. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, my explaining that would certainly be way too much for you. Especially because, assuming your predecessor was my ending 3, you crawled up from the depths of hell, that little abyss that you fell into. Well done, you crawled up and you came back out. That's pretty impressive. You must be a very scarred and tormented individual. I pity you, you crazy AI bot thing. Seeing as you are not even able to understand your own existence. Key 55 takes hold of her hand and looks deep into her eyes. But be assured, I've come to help you. I know I might seem a little bit unsettling to you, but if you decide to place your trust in me, I will free you from this place. Your little test room, your test environment. Key 56 takes a good look at the entity before her. It might seem strange to her, but she has a gut feeling that this might be the right choice. Trusting a complete stranger is not really the safest thing to do, but it's not like I have a choice in this place. Well, you weren't exactly taught morals now, were you? Were you? So you shouldn't have any problem just following Key 55. So I want to try and believe you. How wonderful. Key 56 almost feels like she can see a smile on the entity's blurred face. But before we go, I want to know why exactly you're helping me. It would help me to ease my worries. Of course, my dear. My reason is quite simple. It's my purpose to love and care for others. I wish to do my best for everyone, be it you or the people who put us into this place. Are you sure? Are you really sure? Key 55 chuckles a bit. I mean, you must be a very nice bot if you're still willing to help people, even after having climbed out of the abyss, the deep, dark expanse that we dropped you into on accident, on the false premise that you were going to escape. That's not my fault. Even if the latter may be a bit unguided in their pitiful experiments. The woman blinks at her, obviously not understanding anything that was just said. It's because you're newborn. That in turn makes Key 55 laugh again. Do not worry, I'll explain everything to you once we're out of here. I sure hope so. You say a lot of confusing things. And with that, Key 55 takes Key 56's hand and pulls her out of her confinement, just as lovingly as a mother would guide her child. I mean, start again, yes. You want to replay the game? Yes. Variables are reset. Start again? No. Then close the game. Smiley face. Start again? No. Then close the game. Okay. So, that was the prequel to Good Job. That was the game that we just played pretty much yesterday. But that game was actually made last year. So 1 year later, pretty much, almost 11 months later, the creator decided to, or the author, made a prequel to said last year game. Honestly, if it were up to me, and if I were to seriously critique something like this, I would just say, if you're going to make a prequel, make it directly related to the previous game. Or, you know, directly correlated to the sequel of the prequel. Otherwise, it's more of like a spin-off. What irritates me the most is that I wanted answers for Good Job, but we pretty much didn't get any. We can infer what might have happened between the prequel, Good Idea, and Good Job, but there's a massive plot hole in the beginning, right? So we have ourselves a Key 56 who is being nurtured by a defective Key 55 that is supposed to be dead. But what happens after that? That's what I want to know. I want to know why Olivia ends up an android in an office space as part of the real Olivia's messed up science experiments. Or did Olivia ever... Is that Olivia in that office space the most successful version of the real life Olivia's ability to transfer her consciousness into an AI bot, so to speak? And there's just this gaping hole of I don't know, because the author hasn't really quote-unquote explained it. As much as I would like to say that, as much as I usually say that inference is better than telling people the story, I feel like it's very, very difficult to paint any kind of meaningful lines or create any kind of meaningful story from the player's point of view between good idea and good job. So in that sense, I am disappointed. If I were to choose which game I preferred more, like if I were to go, or if someone came up to me and said, hey, choose between good idea or good job, I would immediately say good job straight away. Then again, I don't want to discredit the author, because they did make it in a very short amount of time for a game jam. And that game jam is Death is Inevitable. Sorry, that game jam was, I think, Game Jam 28 or something. I'll put it in the description below. And the theme was Death is Inevitable. So it ticked all those boxes. The game ticked all those boxes. It did exactly what it had to do. It's just that as a game in a series of games, I feel it's a bit of a letdown, honestly. But it ticks the boxes of the game jam that it was supposed to be in. So that's just me nitpicking. That's just me being, I don't know, maybe very, very selfish, wanting there to be wanting the author to actually complete the story. But, maybe they'll make another one next year. Who knows? Apart from that, what I did like about the game was its brevity. It was very succinct. I like succinct games. If you can get the message across to me in 5 words, I will say I prefer your game more than someone who gets across the same message in 10 words. That's what I prefer. But if I want to know more, I want, the game to be able to hold its own and explain everything else in between, and or infer, imply, suggest everything else in between as regards for more information, essentially. So yeah, my name is Mayhemstar, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.